Leggari Products countertop kits are designed to resurface your existing countertops, whether it's formica, tile, wood, concrete, granite, or any other hard surface. This video is going to show you how easy, fast, and fun it is to transform a piece of wood and make it look like stone. Here we go. All right, I'm going to go over how to get the look of our standard epoxy kit, number 4. So it's black base, silver highlights, and then we use white spray paint. And then we're gonna do a wood grain effect. Now when you're doing smaller projects like this, the resin to do the thickness that we recommend, you need about 3.85 ounces per square foot. So you would just times your square foot times that, and then that would give you how many ounces you need to make up. That way you get the correct thickness. You're gonna get the, it's gonna level out good, it's gonna flow, it's gonna marbleize, so that's a good thickness to go off of. Now you can do it thicker if you want. That's kind of up to you guys. Our Leggari stone kits go twice as thick as that. So again, it's up to you how thick you wanna do. But if you're trying to mimic, our kits, this is the process to do it. Primer's been down for about 45 minutes. It's tacky, but it's not wet, so this is perfect time to go over it. And then the other thing, when you're doing smaller projects, you don't want to necessarily do your base coat and then immediately add your highlights, because if you're in a kitchen, it's going to take you a little bit longer to do that base coat. The resin's going to set up a little more, it's going to level out more, right? If you do your base coat, it takes you 5 minutes to do your base coat. You add your highlights, blend it, it's going to want to flow a lot more because it hasn't set there very long. So I like to do smaller projects, do my base coat, let that sit for maybe 10 minutes to kind of mimic doing a whole kitchen, and then add your highlights. You're going to get the same look on your sample as you are your counter or kitchen. So with that being said, I got my resin here. Base coat is black, and like we always do, we're just going to pour this right down the middle. Try to keep an even bead all the way across. And I'm using a 3/8 snap roller. It's been de-shedded, and we're just gonna cross roll it. Now it's always going to be thicker in the middle, right? Like my edges are thin, so I always like to kind of push on the roller a little bit and start moving some of that from the middle to the edges. So I'm just applying a little pressure. It shouldn't sound sticky, you shouldn't hear any noise from it, and it shouldn't be pushing a bunch of product. If it is, you have a thick spot there. So notice how it's just a nice even pass everywhere. That tells me we got a good even coat. So top's done. We're gonna roll our edges. And you'll notice the edges on this are rounded. You never want to coat square edges. Always round them, either router them or just take a palm sander 80 grit and create a nice little rounded edge on those corners. So I'll roll the top a little, hit the face, roll the top again. That's gonna get more product on my roller. Alright, so again guys, if this was an actual project, you'd want to immediately start adding your highlights, but since this is a small board and it only took me a couple minutes to do the base coat, I want to let this set, level out for about 5-10 minutes, and then I'm going to add my highlights, and that's going to give us the same look if I was to do a 50 square foot countertop. All right guys, so it's been about 10-15 minutes, and again, we did that to kind of mimic us doing a base coat on an entire kitchen. That way we're gonna get the same look. If you guys just wind up doing highlights right after the base coat's on, the resin's gonna move a lot more, it's gonna level out more. So now it's pretty much leveled out, it's flowed, it's nice and level. Now when I add my highlights, there's not gonna be as much movement. So I got my silver here. I'm just gonna pinch this cup and we're gonna run veins just up and down this. Now you can go straight up and down, you can go crossways, however you want to do it. You can do them at an angle, right? It doesn't matter. We're just going to do it nice and straight here. We're just going to do a lot of little ones, and they don't have to all go all the way down from one end to another. But notice how they're very small veins. If you pour a lot out at once, it's going to want to level out a lot more. And we can always add more too. Just keep in mind you can't really take it away, so we'll start out with a few more, and then if we want to add more, we can. So we're going to take the white spray paint, make sure you shake it up really good. And then we're just going to spray lines in between all these. And if you guys are in a confined area, it's always good to wear a mask, because spray paint is a pretty potent chemical that comes off of this. So same thing with the white. You can't really take it away, but we can always add more. So we'll kind of start with something like that. And then there's a few ways you can blend it. The fastest way, obviously, is just running your fingers up and down, blending with your fingers. Another cool technique is using a trowel that's got a rounded edge, and I'll show you why. Because if I run it straight, it's nice and skinny vein. And so when I'm using the trowel, I'll kind of tilt it sideways. See how it's a wider pass, and then I'll go skinny. And you can even move it as you're going down to create different effects. Get those wider passes, those skinnier passes. Again, this is going to take a little bit longer because you're not covering as much of the board at one time versus doing your hands, but it does give you a little bit different look. So there's that. Obviously, again, guys, it'll take a little longer doing that. And then if we just run our hands, I usually do like 3 fingers and just run that the width. And notice I'm trying to keep it as straight as I can. And we're just going up and down, continuously moving off the edges as I get to them. And then spots where maybe the white's a little much, you just blend that in a little more. You can see how fast it is using your hands. The hardest part is just trying to keep it nice and straight if you're going for that straight vein look. And I'm not really pressing all the way to the bottom of the board. Trying to just kind of glide on the surface, just blend the surface in. We don't want to move the resin too much. And then you can get back and look. Obviously we got a couple spots on the end there. It's not a big deal, but we'll try to straighten those out. And then like I said, if you want to say you want a more white, you could just spray white in different spots. I kind of like what we have here. If you wanted more silver, you could pour some more of that silver out. And then if you wanted to blend in more of these spots, you could just simply run your finger through it, and that'll kind of take away some of that white, some of those thick white spots. Again, we just want to go with the grain that we've created. but you'll see when we hit it with isopropyl, a lot of these white spots will create some really cool cells. All right, so now we're gonna spray it with isopropyl alcohol, 91% or higher is what you guys wanna use. And we're just gonna barely pull the trigger and get like small to medium drops. And this will create a lot more effects in the surface, mainly where like the spray paint's at and where the silver is kind of thinned out. Now, if you don't like the cell look that this creates, you could just mist it with denatured alcohol and it's not going to create those cells like it is with the isopropyl. But immediately just creates some really cool effects in it. And then what we like to do, just to help the resin level out and give it that glass smooth look, once this dries out for about 5-10 minutes, we'll mist the whole surface with denatured alcohol. And that'll ensure that everything's leveled out glass smooth. And I'll show you guys that when we do it. All right, since the isopropyl kind of has evaporated out, I'm just gonna mist the surface with denatured alcohol, and you can tell it's pretty much glass smooth right now, but this will just kind of ensure that everything lays out and it's just a nice glass smooth surface. So we're gonna mist it, just a fine mist. And again, if you don't like the cell look, this is all you have to do and it's not gonna create those cells. And guys, same thing with the isopropyl denatured alcohol. If you're in a confined area, wear a mask, maybe open some windows, get some airflow in there when you're done. But other than that, we'll let this sit and we'll show you guys it once it's all dried out. If you're in the market for new countertops and want to save thousands of dollars compared to granite or marble, Leggari.com has you covered. Don't replace your countertops, resurface them. Comment below with the colors you want to see next, or check out hundreds of other Leggari videos because you'll be sure to find the look, design, or colors needed for your next project. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any new videos.